done it, where they done it, and with which weapon they done it with?
I say it was in the kitchen with the wrench by Miss Scarlet.
He's dead in the library with a bloody lead pipe.
Nice.
Oh, right. Nice. The killer is Mr. Green.
Well, it could have been someone else.
Oh, I'm saying so.
The game of Clue. And Clue Junior for your little sleuth.
Work it! Step it up, cause it's time to party! Yeah!
Wouldn't trade it for the world!
After all the ruckus, because I'm such a news hound, that's how. See, that was actually the first time I'd ever been to that location. But I could tell right away that he had been using the drum to stand on.
Oh, and how were you able to ascertain that it was Skune who moved the drum under the window?
Simple. It's because those drums are never under the window like that.
But didn't you just tell us that was the first time you'd been to that location? And if that's true, how would you know that those drums are never kept under the window?
You were already familiar with this site, weren't you? And you knew that the drum had been used as a stand to peep into the window, too. Isn't that right? What's more, you were there when this was taken, too!
Well, come to think of it, maybe I have passed by there before and heard something about a peeper using a drum. But come on, even all that doesn't mean that I was ever at the actual scene of the crime.
No, that's exactly what it means, Guigné.
Huh? Wait, what do you mean?
After the incident at the locker room, those drums were removed by the girls because they wanted to prevent any possibility of a repeat performance.
In other words, the only time those drums were actually at the site was immediately before and immediately after the incident. It would have been impossible for anyone who wasn't there to know about them.
Furthermore, Guim, we managed to obtain several reports, all from reliable witnesses, who say that just prior to today's incident, they saw you moving the drums.
So then that means... Right.
The peeper is... you!
Amazing. Actually, it's elementary, my dear Dawson.
Hello, everybody. I'm the Loud House Critic, one guy with 1,000 views and all the episodes I must review. So today's Loud House episode is actually really one of the great ones from season 7, and I have to admit, I was so thrilled when I actually heard about what the episode was, especially when I'm a guy who not only likes Willy Wonka, Megan, and Peter Pan, I also get hungry for detective and mystery movies or shows. And somewhat, this is actually in the case of a Luan Loud episode. and Inspector Falls. This one's the 20th episode from season 7 and the 323rd episode. Already I can tell so much of you that you guys can actually watch this episode. It's a highly recommendation. Because honestly, there's a lot of good things you can actually catch on to. Especially if you like Sherlock Holmes, The Great Mouse Detective, or even some shows like Criminal Minds. But I'm not going to actually review this case alone by myself. Allow me to introduce one of my trustworthy associates, Dr. ThatGirlShae.
What's up, everybody? ThatGirlShae here, back with another great review. Thank you, Loud House Critic, for having me. I was really hoping you'd ask me to help you review this episode.
Actually, it'll be elementary, my dear ThatGirlShae.
Oh, where is Mrs. Bernardo? The cast list for the case of the missing corgi should be up by now.
Yeah, she must be trying to make her perfect grand entrance once more again, like she did in Stage Flight.
Fellow thespians, it is I. Now, without further ado, the cast list!
Whoa! How did you do that? Are you a magician? Can you make things disappear, like my bills and responsibilities? Please do that. You'd be my hero forever, I swear.
You know, back then when I was in high school, when I attended drama theater, I'm not usually cast as the main character of the stories or plays. Normally I'm cast as a minor character because of my slapstick one-liner humor I am always bringing. And you know, I'm kind of alright with that since I was the only black person during theater class.
Yeah, where are your tits?
Sorry, Ed.
Oh, this is my favorite suede uniform.
Clumsy pack of wild animals. I know good and well y'all saw that old man standing right there painting y'all lockers for y'all. He trying to do y'all a favor, and this is how y'all pay him?
And this is the thanks I get.
Come on. I know y'all were taught to respect your elders. Y'all got to do better than this. He's trying to do good for y'all, and y'all just run over him like he doesn't exist.
Oh my gosh, I'm Agatha Mystery!
Ew, look at the shot of Luan and her face being so close up on the list. It's like her eyeball is actually stuck.
Congratulations, Luan! Not only did you have the best audition, but you already embody the qualities of a real detective. Why, just last week you solved the mystery of my missing lunch bag.
You know, with Luan, this includes the fact of something I just realized back during season 4. That Luan did play a little bit of detective before in Feast or Family. I'm not too sure if this was a foreshadow for a future episode for Luan, but I can guarantee that she and Lincoln would actually be great detective partners.
Aw, gee, thanks, Mrs. B. I won't let you down.
Aw, I wanted to be Gertrude. Why do I always get cast as a mulberry bush?
Do you want the short list or do you want the really long list? Especially when you have a girl and a bush. What's that make? On second thought, don't think about that one.
I miss big bushes.
Who
cool. I'm the corgi.
Looks like I'm Gertrude, Agatha's faithful sidekick. With the two of us on the case, we won't miss anything.
As I seem to remember, wasn't this the flipper girl from Director's Rut who was doing that fucking tap dancing bullshit on stage?
Turn that shit off!
The Case of the Missing Corgi. Act 1, Scene 1, and action!
Woohoo! Break a leg, Amy, baby!
I'll make you my bitch, too. You keep running your mother mouth. You ever been slapped across your face with a frog dick, huh?
Not one fucking sound. Not one fucking sound, or I will slit your throat. You hear me?
Is it just me? Or are these two giving off Lori and Bobby vibes? That so sounds like something Lori and Bobby would do. Bobby would be like, woohoo, let's go, babe. And Lori would be like, oh, Bobby boo-boo bear.
Good evening, Detective. I'm here on behalf of the Queen. Her beloved corgi has gone missing.
Sounds like quite the conundrum.
Blimey, sir! Have you checked the Royal Dog Park?
I'm not sure what everybody else is thinking, but I actually like Luan in that detective outfit. Especially when I have an outfit that's just like that one, when I was kind of thinking of Showtime Princess Peach. And that's one of my favorite levels, too.
Oh. On the case. Don't be ridiculous, Gertrude. No dog thief worth his salt would hide a canine in a dog park.
Aye, milady. That's why they pay you the big pound.
Ah! Cut! This isn't working. I cannot work like this anymore. I've worked with Jesus. Damn it, fuck.
Amykins, are you okay?
I think so. Oh, it's just my toe. That sandbag came out of nowhere.
Strike that one for bad acting skills, because that sounded like you weren't even hurt after all. You honestly can't be that dumb and blind to actually tell that there was a lot of bad acting skills in Batman and Robin. And I thought Megan Fox had some bad acting skills, especially in this movie.
I gotta go. I am a god.
So tell me, is he, like, packing some serious pubic inches?
What's the story down there? I gotta go.
That's weird. The rope's been cut.
And look, up in the rafters. Someone left behind scissors.
Looks like y'all have a real mystery to solve now.
I'm beginning to suspect that this was no accident at all.
You sure right, sis. It sure like no accident. And we gonna figure out who it is right now. Oh wait, I already knew that. I just called it out a few seconds ago, and I forgot just that fast. Man, I really gotta stop drinking, cuz if y'all remember what happened to me in the second half of the Great Lakes Freakout review.
I do have my share of nemesis.
Well, then it looks like we have a real-life mystery on our hands. And Luan, with your natural detective skills, you're the perfect person to solve it.
Don't worry, I'm on the case.
This day just got a little more interesting to solve a mystery. And I love detective movies. What's new, Luan Loud? We're coming after you. We're gonna solve this mystery. We see you, Luan Loud. The trail leads back to you. What's new, Luan Loud?
I'll help.
You up for a case like this, ThatGirlShae?
We sure are, girl. We gonna get to the bottom of this right now today. Shay and Luan into action.
It might be day or night, whenever conditions are right for them to flee. Somehow it all still fits together. Sylvester and Tweety mystery. If there's a full moon, an old house with rotten stairs, just walk around you.
Chances are we'll be there.
Benny?
Just staying in character.
You have never been more of an endangered minor Loud House character than you are at this moment, Benny.
Ed the janitor's had it out for me since I knocked paint on his suede coveralls.
You know, after you. You're the cop.
Huh, it looks like he's not here.
Suspicious. Maybe he's on the lam.
How very odd. What is it, Basil?
Isn't it painfully obvious, Doctor?
His car keys are still here, but his galoshes and squeegee aren't. I suspect he had a janitorial emergency.
Please don't kill me! I mean...
Whoa! Didn't mean to scare you, kids. Spent the last 3 hours cleaning the cafeteria. Category 5 food fight.
Stop! Put it down!
Okay, sure. No problem.
And of course, today I had to wear my crushed velvet coveralls.
Like, this guy's got it in for overalls. That is when Senior has addiction for ties.
Oh, good God!
Let's go, team. Ed here has been through enough today already. On to the next suspect.
Now hold on. Hold on a bloody minute. I seen your act. I ain't done nothing you not done.
Come on, fess up.
I didn't cut the rope. Yeah, I was backstage, but I was getting into costume for the park scene.
A costume you hate because you really wanted to be Gertrude, which is why you sabotaged me.
Real facts, girl. That makes total sense. What do you have to say for yourself, Shannon?
Survey says...
Oh, Gordy! While you were away, your father's been kidnapped!
Oh no, I'll save him.
Oh, Gordy! While you were saving your father, the rest of your family got kidnapped!
Okay, I guess I'll save them.
Oh, Gordy! While you were busy saving them, the farmer fell down the well!
Oh, sheesh, all right.
Oh, Gordy! While you were busy saving them, the Hindenburg disaster happened!
Okay, I guess I can...
Oh, Gordy! While you were busy with the Hindenburg disaster, Osama bin Laden came back to life, turned into a transformer, and is destroying Chicago with the dark of the moon!
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Nah, it's plausible, Amy, but wrong. You see, she couldn't have used the scissors because her costume has no armholes.
Good eye, Luan. I mean, Mark!
Survey says...
Okay, if even the rooster is late on the line cock-a-doodle-doo, then we are seriously screwed.
You know what? You're right, Luan. My bad, Shannon. You good, girl.
It looks like Luan is actually much smarter than the other girl. And likely a costume like that would normally be hard to get into and hard to get out of sometimes, depending how big the bush is. And please don't take that as a sexual thing. Of course, anytime there has to be a mystery solved, there's always 3 different suspects. And this episode sounds so familiar to another Loud House episode that did this poorly.
Liberty is Rex's ex, and she was totes jelly when Rex and I made it a fish.
Wait a minute, something hasn't been made official about this girl, especially when this is the first time she actually showed up in this episode. And I remember her feeling so much jealous about you and Rex actually being boyfriend and girlfriend ever since last time I seen this girl in Director's Rut. And I don't remember seeing her hanging around with that guy.
That may be true, but on closer inspection, you'd see that Liberty is wearing an oversized wrestling jacket, most likely given to her by her new boyfriend. Clearly, she had no reason to be jealous or sabotage you. Liberty didn't do this.
Well, if it wasn't Liberty, then who could it be? I think we're getting closer to solving the case, and you just never know. It might be the person you least expect.
Huh, the look on that girl's face, it's like she's giving away something to us. And I'm gonna criticize something on this later on in this episode review.
Hint, hint.
So, Luan, our brilliant detective, did you crack the case yet?
The trail went a little cold, but don't worry, I'm gonna figure it out.
We're gonna follow you. You're gonna solve that mystery. We see a Scooby-Doo. We're coming after you. What's a Scooby-Doo?
Luan Loud, Luan Loud, gonna solve that mystery.
Na 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 na, na 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 na. What's a Scooby-Doo?
Hey, Amy, ready to go? Let me take your bag.
Rex, what happened to your hand? It looks like rope burns?
And what does this make you think?
Sounds familiar, doesn't it to you?
Wait a minute. You cut the rope!
Fuck, you got a gun? You got 30 seconds to explain yourself. And then I never want to see your face on this stage again.
What a twist!
I'm sorry, Amy, but ever since you got cast as Gertrude, you haven't had any time to hang out with me. I just thought if I scared you, you'd quit the play.
Super selfish, Rex.
Sounds like a Phantom of the Opera kind of cliche trick he was trying to pull. And be lucky he didn't actually try to kill her or somebody on stage for the least.
You and I are through.
Oh, no.
Bravissimo! You ejected that tin-plated buffoon with great panache.
The nerve of it.
I had no idea you had such stellar investigative skills. In fact, change of plans. I want you to be our new Agatha. You'll bring such authenticity to the role. Luan, you're Gertrude.
Ooh, ouch.
No fair. No fair, no fair.
I can't take Luan's part.
Yes, you can.
Don't do this.
No, Luan, don't give in.
You deserve it. You're clearly the better detective.
Sorry, Noodle. I guess I got carried away.
Oh, Luan, cheer up, baby. It's gonna be okay.
I would never say that, Luan. I would say you're actually a better, greater detective than Lincoln is. Yeah, I'm clearly ashamed of saying that, but it's kind of true.
You'll get better, I promise. Your time to shine is coming.
Act 1, Scene 1, and action!
Good evening, detective. I'm here on behalf of the Queen. I'm afraid her beloved Corgi has gone missing.
I've got a real sixth sense about these things. In fact, I feel another case coming on. A case of indigestion. Gotta cut back on those beetle burritos.
Sounds like quite the conundrum.
That's weird.
Seeing Luan absorb all of this, what could she be possibly catching on to? I wonder if that guy ever wiped his ass with the wrong hand.
Yes.
No, that's not exactly what I'm thinking of. I'm sorry.
Cut! Luan, you missed your cue! Let's take 5, everyone.
You okay, Luan?
Oh, yeah, just forgot my line. I better go check my script.
Better go check her script. Oh, she's on to something all right. She's catching on. Let's find out about this.
Something fishy is going on.
What did you see back there, Luan? Benny and I saw you looking around. Spill it, girl.
I have a theory, but I need to test it out.
Great, I'll help. I just need a quick bathroom break. Meet me out by the fire hydrant in 5.
Oh, you are embarrassing.
Yeah, homeboy, you taking this role as a dog a little bit too far.
What the hell do you see in him?
Special delivery for Rex. Just sign here.
He's right-handed. Interesting.
Shit, anybody can be right-handed when they write something. Then again, it's kind of rare how somebody can write with their left hand. I used to draw with my left hand when I was a little kid, but till then I was better using my right hand.
Red stage makeup. Even more interesting. Benny! The flowers! Oh, she's coming! Quick, hide!
Oh, this is going to be so much fun.
Come on, boy! Let's give chase!
Very interesting. I like seeing where this is actually going. And this is part of the detective movies I love the most, especially when I'm playing so much the Batman games, when I'm trying to solve an area to look for clues. And that's the most thing that people are stupidly missing out on. That Batman's not only a superhero who doesn't have superpowers, he's also a detective. So clearly being highly intelligent makes you a superhero.
Aww.
Ugh, too lovey-dovey if you ask me. Good luck losing your virginity, girl. Better have them birth control pills ready, it's too early.
Aha! Just as I suspected. Benny, know what really happened with Amy's little accident, and I can prove it. Girl, me and you make the best team. We think just alike. Well, kinda.
Thanks for the cover, Shannon.
Ugh, glad this costume's good for something.
And now it's nighttime when we come to the theater stage play. And let's hope this doesn't turn into another Alvin and the Chickman Meet the Wolfmen. And you all know how that play turned out in the very end.
As we present to you the case of the missing corgi.
Good evening, Detective. I'm here on behalf of the Queen. Her beloved corgi has gone missing.
Sounds like quite the conundrum.
Wow, this girl must really love what she does, and she really is in love with herself. With her father must have been like,
Child, did you say goodnight to your vagina? Don't make me force the Bible on something I find confusing.
Stop laughing this instant.
Oh, there's no reason to have a good laugh with that joke. Anyways.
Actually, Amy, I have an even more interesting case. How you got the lead role in this play.
Amy, you might as well just go ahead and fess up, baby. Me and my girl Luan and my boy Benny know everything. We figured it all out. And we finna call you out in front of everybody.
Egad, this isn't the script. She's going rogue. How do you close these things?
Just hang around, Miss Bernardo, and watch a real case actually in motion. This ain't part of the play. This is actually a real case that actually did happen.
You created a fake mystery so that you could solve it in front of Mrs. Bernardo, knowing that it would get you the lead role. What? You have no proof.
Really?
Oh, I don't like it when someone says you have no proof when actually they do have proof. There's always proof on your ass.
Oh, but I
do. My first clue was Gertrude's stage marker, right where the sandbag hit. Unlike the others, it had a purple mark on it, just like your nail polish.
Shit, this girl actually wears purple nail polish? Starting to sound so much like her mother trying to want to have the perfect daughter for a change, and turned out she didn't have a perfect daughter. And to think you were the most sex-appealing high school girl.
I guess the carpet does match the drapes. I knew this skirt was see-through. I just don't like wearing underwear. I don't like the way it feels. I'm not talking about you.
Then I noticed the scissors used to cut the rope were for a lefty. But when Rex signed for the package I sent him, I discovered he was a righty. But not you. Catch!
She's a lefty? I did not see that one coming.
Neither did I, but there's a lot of complaints about this bit. And as I said before, anybody can have a way of writing with whatever hand they can use, also known as the master hand. I see it for what they're best at using for. Like, I don't use my left hand all the time. I use my left hand to do locker combinations, but I use my right hand to actually write, draw, or paint, and to use the throttle on my electric bike. Oh, and sometimes I do shoot a bow and arrow with my left hand.
You cut that rope.
But Rex was the one with rope burn on his hands, not me.
Cheap stage makeup. It was in the trash under your dress makeup table.
Girl, we ain't stupid. We know a boyfriend-girlfriend team when we see one.
You've got to do better than that.
This is ridiculous. Why would Rex confess if he didn't do it?
Because you were working together.
Like I just said, we ain't stupid, honey. We know a boyfriend-girlfriend teamwork when we see one.
But they broke up.
You actually believe that they actually broke up? Just wow, someone wearing glasses is not as smart as they appear to be.
You're a fucking dumbass!
I thought so too, Mulberry Bush. But then I sent Amy flowers. And signed the card, Heart Your Loving Boyfriend, to see what she'd do. And she went running right into Rex's arms.
Let her go, let her go. She been with me, she ain't even worried about you.
You see, they never did break up. In fact, he's here right now, cheering her on.
Love you, babe.
Not helping, Rex.
Survey says...
Shut up, everybody, shut up! Don't move, don't speak, don't breathe. I'm trying to think. Anderson, face the other way. You're putting me off. What? My face is?
Everybody quiet and still. Anderson, turn your back.
It's not your taxi.
Mrs. Hudson!
Ugh, fine. I did it. I wanted Mrs. B to see me as a great detective, so she cast me as Agatha.
Damn it!
Did anyone saw what Loud House episode I was referring to earlier that actually did this execution poorly? If you haven't figured it out already, it was Frame on You. Oh yeah, I just compared the ending of a season 5 episode to a season 7 episode. But I'll give you guys the real case on this one when it's time.
I'm disappointed in you, Amy. The bruises I just got don't hurt nearly as much as your deception.
Not as much as it hurts me, as they're doing actually a Winnie the Pooh horror universe. Why the fuck would this universe even want to exist?
And Luan, very impressive sleuthing. When it comes to the role of Agatha, there's no mystery who should play it. You, my dear!
I'm sorry, Luan. What I did was pretty crummy. I'm gonna drop out of the play.
Oh, apology accepted, but I don't think you need to go that far. I have an idea.
I wonder if her punishment would be more justified than Girl Jordan's punishment, as if she's not even part of the Freckle gang. And as sure as hell, she ain't gonna make a good boyfriend for Lincoln either.
Places, everyone! I'm so excited! I get to play Gertrude!
Yeah, I think a girl in glasses would actually fit that part. No competition on that.
Dawson, you fool! Can't you see it's a trap?
Curses!
Shannon, how did you walk in this thing?
Ha ha! Luan, you crazy girl. But I don't blame you, sis. I would have did the same thing. Amy got what she deserves. You don't play with my girl Luan. I bet you ain't gonna play with her no more.
Out of all the punishment that much of the characters actually deserve, this one actually does make me feel so much better. As if Chandler needs more than just a fucking punishment.
Oh, sorry, Ed.
As fearless in death as he was in life.
He's dead.
No, he's not.
Oh, great! Now I got mulberry juice on my cashmere overalls. That's it! Starting tomorrow, I'm going back to polyester!
Survey says...
I am the amazing Bobinski.
Very amazing. That leg work. Impressive. Not gonna lie, he's kind of built like Wendy Williams. Top heavy and nothing on the bottom. That's so disrespectful of me to say.
But it is funny.
Case closed. An inspector falls.
What's this Scooby-Doo? We're coming after you. We're gonna solve that mystery.
Ha ha! They finally did it. Great Luan Loud episode. Great story, great characters, great humor. And a great case that got solved. As much as I love Batman, Scooby-Doo, Sherlock Holmes, this detective episode did it 3 times better than Frame on You. Here's the thing of why I compared this episode to Frame on You. Zip, zip. In Frame on You, there was a prank crime that Rusty supposedly had committed, wasn't even done by him in the first place to begin with. And the story's execution was kind of slow and a bit poorly done. Especially when we find out that the culprit turns out to be Girl Jordan. And with that likely being said, Lincoln and the Freckle Gang decided to go to an actual investigate a list of middle school kids that actually purchased a suit at Rusty's dad's place. And the dumb thing that they actually shoehorned in this one just for pure laziness was Boy Jordan. I mean, who the hell ever heard of a Boy Jordan when seriously there is a Girl Jordan? And Girl Jordan got off so easy without any kind of sort punishment whatsoever in the school. I mean, give her community service or detention or something. Make it more justified that actually she won't do this shit again. And honestly, her motivation was kind of bland. I didn't even like the idea of it either. And the comedy was too much shoehorned in, which I did not get so much of a laugh out of. But when an inspector falls, the story was well executed, with Luan being the detective in motion without Mr. Coconuts. He did not appear in this episode, and it went smooth. That's why it got a great rating. And I hope we get more episodes like this where Luan doesn't need Mr. Coconuts to help her out or to actually do her speaking. And I did love some of the comedy stuff with Benny, since much of it was kind of balanced out in this episode. With Frame on You, you don't even know who the culprit is unless you actually get the list, until you kind of realize that Boy Jordan could actually be a Girl Jordan. In this episode, you kind of already know who the culprit is in this one, especially when it includes one of her classmates, Amy. But unlike Girl Jordan's motivation being, Amy's motivation was actually done nicely. And honestly, I can actually relate to her motivation, especially when someone actually gets jealous if they want to actually be the main character of the play. And yet her punishment was so well deserved in this episode in the end. I wish some of those unlikable characters got more justified punishments. Even if the mystery wasn't too surprising, when it was clearly obvious that you could figure out who it was, it doesn't really bring the episode down. And honestly, I just love Luan's role in this episode. It's like she was well written and well developed in this one. Like how she was in Funny Business, Fool's Paradise, Head Poet's Anxiety, The Last Laugh, Pranks for Nothing, although I could give Doll Day Afternoon a bit of a pass. So if you like Robert Downey Jr. and Benedict Cumberbatch being Sherlock Holmes, then you'll actually have fun with this episode, if you're always feeling hungry for a mystery. Especially if you like Luan without Mr. Coconuts in an episode. Now let me hand the case over to ThatGirlShae and see what she actually thought.
Whenever there's a crime or trouble,
I love this episode so much. First of all, it's a Luan episode, and y'all know how I feel about my girl and episodes that center around her. And this is honestly one of the best, if not the very best, Luan episode in my opinion. It is very organized and written very well. It might have been a little predictable at times, but not that predictable that we wouldn't enjoy it. In fact, I was surprised myself when Amy cut the rope. I didn't see that coming, and everyone in the episode played a major role. No one was there just for filter, like when they just shoved Lincoln in some of the other Sister Center episodes, like Deep Cuts for instance. Luan was very enjoyable in this episode. She carried this whole episode by herself. She did not have Mr. Coconuts, and that's good because he would have just ruined the episode. Luan just talked like a normal human being throughout the whole episode and solved the case herself. She didn't even make any jokes or puns, which is very rare for a Luan episode. No jokes, pranks, or Mr. Coconuts. I loved how this episode made her character more in depth. We see that she's more than just a big comedian, that she can actually be serious in serious situations. Major character development. I love how this episode and Bye Bye Birthday showed the opposite, rare sides of my two favorite characters. Bye Bye Birthday showed a more emotional side of Lucy, and this one showed a more serious side of Luan. And I just love Luan's detective skills. She should definitely be a detective when she grows up. A detective with a side hustle of comedy. She's definitely Law and Order and Saturday Night Live material. I also love how Benny was a supportive boyfriend and helped her along the way, even though he took his role as a dog too seriously. He and Luan are an amazing couple. So glad they weren't in Force of Habits. Amy, Rex, and Miss Bernardo were the worst parts. Amy and Rex were nothing but sneaky snakes, trying to take the easy way out by cheating. Luan worked hard to prove to Miss Bernardo that she has what it takes to play a lead role. Amy needs to do the same instead of trying to sabotage Luan's role out of jealousy. Miss Bernardo was also annoying. She made me mad when she just gave Luan's role to Amy just like that, and she didn't even try to pay attention to the case. She was too busy crying over Luan ruining her play by calling out Amy. But Miss Bernardo made up for it in the end. The ending was very satisfying when Luan made Amy beat a bush. That's really what she deserved. And that allowed Shannon to level up to Gertrude, which she clearly deserves it more than Amy. Shannon and Ed seem like genuinely sweet minor characters who just need a break from the chaos and corruption of others. This episode also gives Salute or Consequences vibes. If you think about it, they are pretty similar. Both of them involve a person trying to help someone solve a case, and the one who volunteers to help turns out to be the villain in both cases. So let that be a lesson for you kids. If you ever need to solve a major problem, check the one who is trying to help you first. So many people don't suspect the one that's trying to help, but you can't dismiss them from being the guilty one, because sometimes they aren't helping to be nice or supportive, but to hide their tracks, because they know you are less likely to question them if they are helping. But both this episode and Salute or Consequences have this plot. Even Luan and Amy shining the flashlight on Shannon trying to make her confess is similar to what Lincoln and Lucy did to Lynn in Salute or Consequences. But this episode was really amazing. It had the few negative points that I called out, but the positive things just overruled those negatives. And this came out to be one of the best episodes I've ever seen. Well, that's all, folks. Thanks for watching, and thanks for having me, Loud House Critic, as always. ThatGirlShae out.
It was so great to have you on board to help me solve this mystery, ThatGirlShae. Hopefully next time we can actually bring the rest of the gang to actually solve the mystery. We'll be like Scooby-Doo and Mystery Incorporated. This has been the Loud House Critic. And who's ready for another Luan Loud episode before I have to tear another episode? Since everybody has been begging for me to tear this episode apart.
Today, we are honoring Ronnie Ann Santiago, the first person to ever graduate the program, which I now offer online.